here, getting ready to inoculate our Syrah. Got my yeast ready, and water is going to show you how we rehydrate yeast, bring them back to life, get them ready for their journey of eating a bunch of sugar and turning it into ethanol. So it's nothing too complicated. You just got to make sure you got everything lined out ahead of time. How much juice you got, what your sugar content is, what yeast you're using, how many grams you want to use, how much water you're rehydrating in, and then the proper temperature for rehydrating those yeast. So I'll kind of show you what we got going on here. Here's my yeast that I weighed out already. My water, you always want it just under 100 degrees Fahrenheit. 95, 96 degrees is best. And then you pour your water in, stir up your yeast, and then you gotta let them sit for about 20 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. There's my yeast bucket, nice clean sterile bucket. So then pour my water in. Actually, this would be a better shot up here, so you can kind of look down. Technical difficulties. Yeah, there we go. So I got my water in there. Just kind of get your water stirring, and then add in your yeast. At this point, I always like checking the temperature again, make sure we're right where we're supposed to be. Should be right around here, 90 or so degrees. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then you set a timer. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Ugh, you can see my wrist. 20 minutes. All right, so again, just rehydrating the yeast. As you can see, they'll kind of start, throwing you guys all over the place, kind of start foaming up. So yeah, with this yeast, this is Premier Cuvée. You will kind of start seeing them bubbling up a little bit, and just kind of coming back to life, rehydrating, and then kind of multiplying from there. I have a whole video, a couple different videos, fermentation, I talked about it, and then also one just on yeast, about how they multiply, they bud. So like one yeast cell turns into two, those two can turn into two more, and they just bud. And so they're in this phase. Once I pitch them into the wine, they'll do that as well. The yeast eat a ton of sugar, but they need to be kind of you want to rehydrate them like this, because if you just threw them into sugar, if you just took them, didn't rehydrate them in water at all, and threw them into sugar, they'd be shocked. That environment's a little bit too stressful. Here, we're letting them come back, multiply, build up a big colony, and then when we throw them into the sugary mixture, the strong will survive and keep going from there. So with that, I'll show you the wine that we got, or the grapes, I guess, not wine yet. So yeah, this is our Lake Choline Syrah, 7% Viognier, 25% whole cluster. And so you can obviously see the Viognier. We destem that on top, and then we pour in the whole cluster in the middle. So right here, this is just grapes. This is grape juice, grape sugar. This is the yeast are gonna be pretty happy in here. They're gonna be eating this up. This isn't wine yet. It's not fermenting at all, but we're gonna throw the yeast in there and get the process started. So yeah, got a lot of fruit flies here, but no big deal once we get the yeast in here. One of the things that the yeast produces a ton of carbon dioxide. Again, right now this is just grapes and grape juice. It's just sitting here. Once we throw that yeast in there, this carbon dioxide that they produce will push all these fruit flies out, and we also cover them every single night. So I'll throw this cover on right after I pitch this. But yeah, this stuff came in pretty good, pretty high. Rick's actually right where we wanted it. Didn't have to do too much, and throw some yeast in there and see what they do, see what happens. Yeah, now it's just kind of like a waiting game, waiting for the yeast to hydrate and come back to life. Maybe go check on them. Okay, I think we're ready to pitch this. Timer's up. Go grab the yeast, and we'll throw it in. Good shot of the. Here's my yeast colony. They're ready to go. Kind of seem they definitely foamed up a little bit. Nothing to it, making some wine. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Throw your yeast in and let them go to town. Check in on them tomorrow. That's gonna do it for me behind the scenes, inoculating our Syrah. Signing out. All right, just wanted to show you, this is the next morning. It's about 9 o'clock. Pitched this last night at right at 5. And so this is what it looks like the next morning. Definitely tell, yeast are going crazy. Yesterday I poured it just right in this little spot here, and then it kind of flows out. Clearly some sugar over here that these guys are happy about. All right, that's it. Signing out.